Okay, hi, welcome back. Astral Travel Part 3. Um, this happened last week. Uh, it kind of reminds me of the movie Inception, if you guys are familiar with that movie, where it's kind of like a dream within a dream within a dream. Um, so, lucid dream, pretty vivid dream, kind of me like in this condo, large condo. Um, and I guess I was going to sleep in this dream, going to sleep, laying down, and then so in the dream, I was already having the mentality of trying to astral project because that's what I was doing when I first fell asleep. So in the dream, I go to sleep and I'm laying down, and I'm trying to prepare myself to astral project, and then later maybe I don't know 7 minutes, and then I started feeling the vibration because I can kind of still hear some of the sound frequency sounds, and then immediately I astral projected into the astral realm. So in a dream, now I'm in the astral realm. My astral spirit is walking around, and all of a sudden I'm around this area where there's like females, kind of like being like sexual, kind of do like inappropriate stuff. So of course I started engaging with these women, and I started being inappropriate in my astral spirit, and then they're in their regular form, in that realm. And we start doing stuff, and then after a while, that finishes, and I end up in some room. And so now in this room, kind of looks like, like from the Avengers when they had like the Illuminati guys up, and kind of like there's like, kind of like a council room. And then there's all these guys in like blue robes, kind of like shiny, glowing blue robes that kind of give me the feel of like, like, monks, Shaolin monks, they weren't bald, they're regular men, but in blue robes. And so I'm standing there, and then one of them specifically, he's talking to me, kind of like a Filipino man, gray hair, and he's speaking to me, and he says, "Okay, did you get it out of your system? Did you get all the indulgence out of your system?" And I kind of sitting there, kind of thinking, I kind of felt a little bit of a conviction because I felt like, okay, I was doing this inappropriate stuff in this realm, and then he brings me in, and I kind of felt like it was almost like kind of like God speaking to me, saying, "All right, did you get it? Get everything out?" And then so I was like, kind of like thinking, why is he asking me this? And then so he kind of shows me a screen, kind of like a big TV screen, and on there had like a bunch of, it's kind of like a map. If it's like a map of the realm of the world that I was in, and there's a silhouette of people and like animals all in red, and he says, "We need your help to guide these souls to pass on to the next plane, and these souls are trapped here, and they don't know that they've died." And then so the way he's speaking to me, kind of speaking to me like telepathically, because I'm asking him questions, and he's immediately answering them. So I say, "Well, how did they die? That What are they doing here?" And he says these people died from accidents, suicides, murders, and then now they're stuck in this realm. And he says there's thousands of them that need to be saved, and there's only few of us, and there's maybe like 9 guys in there in like blue robes. And he says, "Are you willing to take the responsibility to assist us and help us guide these souls?" And then so I immediately felt like okay, I felt like I had like a purpose, a reason why I've been going into these realms, and being able to do all these things. And then once they saw that I was doing stuff like inappropriate, and that I had pretty much control of my will, they pulled me out and said, "Okay, did you get out of your system? Are you willing to take the responsibility when you come into Israel to help and assist us?" And I immediately said, "Okay, yes, I can help you guys." I felt like I had I was becoming from like a child to like an adult now, and now I was getting like responsibilities, and I was almost kind of like being interviewed, and like, are you gonna take this role now? Now that you're here, we can use your help. And then so I said yes, and then all of a sudden, like, I was out of the realm, and I woke up. So if anybody's had experience with that, you know, have seen these people in this council or federation, people in these realms, and you have any experience with that, let me know. Make a comment. And I thought it was very unique, a very unique scenario and experience, especially being vivid in these astral journeys. That there's more purpose for us when we're in there and guiding spirits. So let me know. We'll see you next time.